Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching another one of my interviews on my show, William Wallace for America. Today we are at Pelican Institute's Policy Summit in Baton Rouge, and with me right now is Amanda Eberts. Amanda, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm fantastic. Happy to be here.
Well, I'm glad you are, and I'm going to tell everybody, I'm going to let you tell a bit more detail.
Yeah.
But you help young people
Yes.
in Turning Points. If you haven't heard of Turning Point, or if you have, Turning Point has a high school program. Is that correct?
Yes. So we just
let's
launched,
talk about that a little bit first.
absolutely. So we just launched our high school department in July. Currently, we have 11 high school chapters in Louisiana.
Now, you're not in high
Mississippi.
school.
No. So
Okay,
I
yeah.
work full time for Turning Point.
Okay.
And we have 11 high school chapters in Louisiana, Mississippi, and northern Alabama. We are expanding like crazy. We hope to hit 23 by the end of the school year. So we're just growing. It's
There's
pretty
23
incredible.
chapters, high school chapters around the country. Is that what you're saying?
No,
Or
so
23
around the country, we have over 500.
For the high school, of over 500 high schools.
Yes.
How many chapters are there? So this is like you're in charge of the Louisiana chapter of
So
this?
I am in charge of what we call the Dixie Territory, which
Okay.
is Louisiana, Mississippi, and northern Alabama.
Okay.
Yes.
I love that it has a southern feel.
Oh, absolutely. And I try to bring that. I'm born and raised Louisiana girl. I walk around in shrimp boots when I'm not in heels, you know? So I try to bring that in with me into my schools, into the company as a whole. You know, you can't beat some good Cajun country soul and, anywhere. So
You know, and the South has its own culture.
Absolutely.
Which is actually very positive in a lot of ways.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
with
People
faith.
don't understand that.
Because the Southern culture has a lot of faith
Yep.
and family
Yes.
and loves their state and their country.
Yep.
But you work with young people. So let's talk about how
Yes.
Turning Point's high school program works with younger people. How do you all do that?
Yeah, so the way we do it is we come to events like this and we find anybody in the community, whether it's a parent, a teacher, a school board member who wants to get involved. We talk to them about their constitutional rights, just basic American values, free speech, Second Amendment, why it's important to learn about these things and become civically engaged.
So is there a mission statement that goes along with that for your local chapter?
Yes,
Yeah.
so our mission statement is to just bring limited government and constitutional values back into our schools. It's pretty basic, but
Yeah, this is, it really is. But look,
we're trying to get back to the
Keep it
basics
simple,
here.
stupid is
Absolutely.
oftentimes the absolute best way. I mean, but now,
Yeah.
so what made you all think of going into the high schools? What's the reason for going into the high schools?
Yeah.
Is there?
Well, personally, so I even had an issue at my high school where I had a teacher with a pride flag and a Black Lives Matter flag in their classroom, and you see this everywhere. People think that it's just up in the north, and it's not. It's in the south. It's in our private schools, it's in our public schools, it's in our charter schools, and Turning Point just saw this as an opportunity to just do something, to try and make a difference. Boots on the ground. We are in the campuses, at the schools, tabling during lunch, having before and after school meetings, and really trying to bring American values and culture back into these kids' lives.
Making American values a thing to be treasured again for the once.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, what better can we talk about freedom and liberty and fiscal responsibility, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And that's so. Turning Point. What's their main mission? What's their main focus? Is it the freedom policies? Is it the economic policies? Is it are the American policies?
So our main goal is to just give these students a sense of liberty and freedom. And we talk about all different types of policies in politics, whether that's anti-socialism stuff, pro-capitalism, or why big government is we say sus because sucks is a bad word in high
Right,
school.
yeah.
So we have a bunch of different topics, but at our core we just love liberty. We love freedom.
Right.
We just want to embrace America. That's our mission.
And the great thing about freedom is, besides the great thing about freedom, is when you can teach somebody young that it's about freedom. It doesn't have to be about an ideology.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be about a narrative. When you teach the raw principles of freedom, you learn respect.
Yes.
You learn respect for other people's freedoms that you might not agree with.
Yeah,
So what I like about Turning Point, as I've kept up with them a little bit, is their belief in freedom has taught respect for the freedoms that you don't agree with.
Yes.
And when I was at Turning Point in at Phoenix, Arizona, they had organizations there. They had a group of a homosexual group that
Gays
that
Against Groomers.
exactly.
They're fantastic.
And they had all kinds of different people from different walks of life
Yeah.
that just believed in freedom, and there was a great big respect, or a huge amount of respect for for each other's freedoms that are there.
That's all it is.
So that's all y'all teaching in high school. You're not teaching any ideologies or narratives or anything like that. You're not doing any kind of grooming to be American, right?
No, nothing like that. I mean, it's just, yes, I'm glad you said all of those things, because that's exactly what we are. We aren't trying to push these students to become anything but their best selves as Americans. That's it.
Exactly, because when we understand the principles of America, we also understand that everybody can be great.
Absolutely.
In America.
Absolutely. That's another one of our big values, or another one of our big principles is creating an open dialogue for anybody to come into our club, if it's at a school or our organization, and to have a discussion with our students, even with our field reps. We love talking to them about our personal experiences and other experiences, and just creating that open space where anybody can come in and just talk.
So I want to talk with you about something that I've only talked about once before, which is that our country, the founding fathers of our country, they got away from England because they didn't believe in taxation without representation.
Yes.
And I want to share with you, I'm sharing this with everybody else, of course, that I believe that our young people today are faced with taxation without representation because they can't vote.
Yeah.
These are high school students that can't vote, but yet they are going to have to live by not only the rules and regulations created by the elected officials today, but they're going to have to live by the tax structures that are created today that they are not voting for.
You're right.
They're going to have to live
right.
under the national debt
Well, that brings
that they're
up
not
another
voting
problem,
for.
Is there is a lack of education on taxes and even just finances in general. You might have one class that's an elective that you don't have to take.
Right.
They don't teach it. So kids don't even know that what's going on. They don't know what they're going to have to deal with right out of high school or 5 years down the line from high school or even in college. They have no idea. So I 100% agree with you.
So do you all teach that when you're in high school? Do you all have talks about this within your organization during the high school students? And hey, this is what you'll be faced with.
Yes. So fiscal responsibility is a huge thing for us, especially at the college level. But high school, I think, is going to start to become more popular, just with exactly what you said. Tax problems are increasing in not the best ways.
Exactly.
So we have speakers. We have a big speakers bureau and different people that come in and talk to the students. And we're actually working on having a financial advisor come and talk to a certain chapter coming up soon. So
I like this rounded approach that you all are taking. It's not ideological. It's not, hey, this is an organization we're going to teach or show you how to vote a certain way.
Absolutely.
This is an organization that we're going to educate you on public policy, taxes, freedom, liberty, in such a way you'll be able to make your own decision and respect other people.
Absolutely. That's all we want to do.
Amanda, is there anything else that you want to share about your organization, or how can people get involved?
Yes, absolutely. So if you're interested in getting involved, you can go on Instagram and look up tpusa.dixie_HS as in high school, or you can just go on any of Turning Point's major social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, just Turning Point USA, and you'll find us.
I love it. Amanda, thank you so much for being on with me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Everybody else, please share the interview. Share it with somebody that you think might be interested in Turning Point or might be interested in freedom and liberty and fiscal responsibility. Share it with them. Share the platform. Thank you all so much and have a great day.